Okay, so hello everybody. Hello. So tonight, I know last night I tried to do a broadcast, but then it was all fucked up, so I deleted it. But tonight I have decided to do another recording, and this will be in advance for tomorrow, since tomorrow I will not be able to do any streaming tomorrow. But tonight I am, so that's why I would like to give you a behind the scenes glimpse at another short film that I did a long time ago, actually, and I decided to post it to the channel because why not? So this movie that I'm going to share with you and that is on the channel available to watch is called the Asian Men Latina Dating Couple short film, and it is literally what the title suggests. It is about Asian men with Latinas, and obviously this is something that is kind of a very close personal topic to me. um, I mean, like literally, it's you can buy the book on it. I basically wrote a book about it, about all my dating experiences, but a lot of them deal with Latinas. And when I made this short film that I'm about to share with you, I did it sort of like right, kind of like my peak, like, and when I was in that kind of mindset of, like I only want to date Latinas because they're hot, and um, that's just, I guess, what has been attracted to me, or I guess, what I mean, at that time. But basically, yeah. So when I did the short film, I was about like 26 or 27. Yeah, I was 27, 26, and I actually, I was basically sort of just in the mindset of, okay, I want to make a short film that is personal to me, but also that has a specific audience out there, and I know people will watch. And so I made this short film all the way back in 2014, over 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago now. And it was, it's, I would say that I would credit it as the movie that sort of changed my life, or at least, dating life. Before then, um, well, actually, yeah. So sort of all the events leading up to it sort of made it so that, it kind of helped me change my perspective on dating and whatnot. And so without further ado, let's jump right into it. I am going to share with you the short film. And mind you, this is not a live screening of it. We're not doing like a watch along party necessarily. What we are doing is I'm giving a behind the scenes look at the short film, and you can of course watch it on the channel because it's available on the channel. So let's get right into it. So jumping right into it, the actor on the left, his name is Paul. The actor on the right, his name is Charles. So basically, the short film is about, an Asian guy that, starts dating a Latina, or, and vice versa. Like, they basically become strangers, opposites, whatever, attract, and they sort of become interested in each other, and sort of one thing leads to another, and yeah. So remember, there's no audio except for the sound of my lovely ass voice. So here we go. Ready? So this short film is basically, when this film starts out, I wanted to convey sort of the mindset, especially this character right here that's speaking, that most Asian men have, and that most Asian men are only looking to date white girls, right? They're not considering dating Latinas or black girls or Native American, anything like that, other than white. And the guy on the left right now in the blue top is sort of thinking like, dude, like maybe you should open your mind to, dating more than just white girls, more than wanting to date just white girls. Like, there's more girls than just white girls. And so, and me of all people, I know that. So, and so let's see. So this next scene is, we shot this at a cafe. We had to get up. I had to get up like at 2 a.m. in the morning, so I could go pick up to the. I got go pick up the cinematographer, and drive back down to the restaurant we were shooting at, because we were given permission to do this, but we had to do it at an early time, way before the restaurant was open for customers, and that was right around 4 or so in the morning. So I remember I had to drag everybody out of bed to do this at like 4 a.m. We shot it. It was seems yeah. I just remember, damn, this is the earliest. This is but come to think of it though, I've done all night shoots too, so this is not like the earliest shoot I've ever done in my life, but it was pretty loud, pretty early. And so in this scene, they're basically eating kimchi. She is of course his friend, and so he's talking to her about, oh, maybe I want to date Latinas. So what do you think about that? Um, and so yeah, so there's that. So we shot this at the library, and this is the first scene between Paul and the female lead. Paul's the male lead right now. The female lead, her name is Brianna, and she is Latina. And we shot this in the library. We had to do it super fucking quick. And I remember, because we weren't technically supposed to film there, but we shot it, and like, it was, they were whispering basically, but we had to shoot this in like one take. So and then of course there's Tenji JK. I wanted to sort of do a reference to that guy because a lot of Latinas and black girls that like him. Um, and of course, there are some technical difficulties with this short film. So, but this scene we shot back in Pasadena City College is another scene where it demonstrates how thirsty Asian men are for white girls, and how they probably really shouldn't be doing that because it makes them look like idiots. But you know, don't fetishize or idolize white girls. You know, the same thing goes to Asian girls for white guys. Stop doing that shit. That shit's annoying as fuck. Um, and so this scene, he's like, "Great, I got a date with a white girl," and his Paul is like, "No, dude." His friend is like, "No, man, she's just using you to study to pass her classes." Which, if you're a single Asian guy, you probably know what I'm talking about. You've always been, we've all been there at some point or another. Um, so there you go. Of course, there's no audio, so just bear with me. Um, let's see. So this next scene, I think it's on the beach. Actually, no, never mind. It's another library scene where basically Paul is actually approaching Brianna, the Latina lead, for the first time, and he's asking her. And he's like, "Hey, like trying to make small talk," and they talk about her computer problems, and then she sort of dismisses him, and he walks away. So that's what's happening in the scene. He's basically just trying to find a way in, so he can talk to her, make a move, and talk to her and ask her out and stuff. But she's basically not. And then she gets a call, and he basically leaves. Okay. Please go away. Please go away, dude. Go away. Okay, so this next scene we shot again at PCC, and this is a scene where they're talking about the guy on the right. The guy on the left, by the way, his name is Paul. This guy's name is Charles, and the guy on the left, he's the male lead, and he's thinking, okay, I want to date Latina. I don't want to keep going after white girls all the time. I want to date something else. So so that's sort of on his mind. He doesn't outright say it, but this guy Charles is very one track minded. He's like, hey, so if you're not going to date a white girl, what do you mean? So there are a lot of people out there who just especially say Asian girls who are very one track minded, and a lot of guys too who are also very one track minded. So yeah. And again, there's no audio. You will have to actually watch the actual film in order to hear and watch the whole thing. And yeah, so this scene again. We shot this movie all the way back in 2014. It's like almost 8 years ago. So long time ago. But then I believe this scene is okay. This scene is the scene of the beach. And to all the women watching, you're welcome in advance. But it's basically yes, I want to give the women and the guys too, because Carmilla's also in a bikini. But I want to give the women some eye candy here. And yes, by the way, Paul, the guy here right here walking out of the beach, which is actually Korean. I don't know if he's single or not, but I know that he does like to date outside his race. So um, with his permission, I'll be posting his contact info. So for this scene, I told him, hey man, we're just shooting something for the ladies. So just wear your shorts really, really low cut and walk out of the beach and all this shit and make sure you've been working out. Because I wanted to, also with these short films, I want to try and make Asian men desirable to women. You know what I mean? Like it sounds superficial, but it is true. And there's some eye candy for the guys as well. So this scene is where they're basically just hanging out, and it's also revealed that Carmilla, the woman in the scene, is also dating someone, and she's dating an Asian guy in the movie. And so he talks to her about her interracial relationship there. She asks him what's going on with his sort of interest to want to date a Latina lady. So And again, the scene is basically eye candy for the guys and the girls, mostly for the girls, but you know. And there he's saying, I just want to keep my options open and just see what happens. But he's sort of playing it, downplaying the fact that like he is interested in someone, but he's not sure if she's interested in him. So so there's that. There you go. And yeah, it was just I always enjoy shooting at the beach. I love shooting at the beach. It's so much fun. I actually just got done doing a photo shoot for my magazine. Um, so which isn't necessarily for this audience, but in fact it's not. It's for guys. But I always enjoy going on the beach. I'm a Cali boy, man. Born and raised here, so of course I love the beach. So this next scene, which scene is this? Oh, this scene is another scene at the library, and it's where Paul finally approaches Brianna and asks her out. So, and there's technical glitches, but there we go. So, oh, actually, no, sorry, no, he doesn't ask her out officially in this scene. He asks her out in another scene. Sorry. So yeah, this movie's a little bit longer than I thought and than I remember it being. Sorry, it's been like 8 years since I've done it, but yeah. They're basically making small talk. I just like, it's like for me personally, because I'm probably the closest to Asian men slash Latina couple because that's where most of my dating experience lies, and so it's always this is my first film doing it, and so this film does hold a special place in my heart. Not to mention, like I said, I do have a thing for Latinas, so it's nice to sort of always get to talk about that and sort of build on that and all that stuff, and I showcased it pretty well, I think, in this film. It's respectful, it's cute, but it's funny, and I think both guys and girls like it. Especially Asian guys who want to date Latinas, Latinas who want to date Asian guys. So that's the case. Y'all should start asking each other out because God knows Asian guys are shy. So there you go. And we have another scene that we shot way in the early morning hours with Carmilla and Paul at the cafe, and it's basically this is where he basically comes out and says, you know what, I'm kind of interested in Latinas, and I was wondering, do you have any advice since you're Latina and you date Asian guys? Like, what would your advice be? Um, and so yeah, so he comes out and says it. Again, I will be posting the link to watch this film in the video description of this video. So check it out afterwards because you will be able to watch the short film there too. It's a good one. It's honestly, like I said, it holds a special place in my heart. So there you go. And here we have where finally the scene that precedes the scene where Paul asks her out, and this is where where Paul is going on his way to ask Brianna out, but he is stopped by none other than his white worshiping friend, who is basically overly enthusiastic about potentially going to a bar and trying to pick up some white girls. So there you go. And me and Paul both thought there'd be a fun, ironic, or not fun, ironic, but fun thing for him to be wearing Superman shirt as he's going to finally ask out Brianna, because that's like something that takes a lot of courage and is symbolic of all that stuff. Plus, Superman's awesome, so there you go. Um, And here is the scene where Paul finally asks out Brianna. And another technical glitch, but I assure you it's a good movie. Please watch all of it. Don't skip this part. It's a good movie. So, and so this just goes to show you, man, all the Asian guys watching. You want to date a Latina or black girl, white girl, just fucking ask her out. It's as simple as that. She can either say two things. Well, most likely, say two things. But yeah, either yes or no. She won't say anything if you don't ask her out. So just saying, you should try. I've tried. I mean, most of the time it's in shit, but I've still tried. You know. So there you go. And this is the scene that we shot. It's the date scene with Paul and Brianna, and they're shooting. We were shot in Starbucks. Again, we got up really early, like at 5 or so, to shoot the scene because again, we that was the deal. We could shoot there, but it had to be before business hours. So this scene, I mean, I can't like if they're basically going back and forth about cultural differences and similarities about between Asian men and Latinas, their attraction to each other. She's kind of shy like him too, so she's also a fan of K-pop and all that stuff. But yeah. So little known fact, I've used this short film to get laid and get numbers, and it actually has worked before, especially when you literally just copy and paste a link to the film and you go on dating sites and you send it to random women who are usually Latina or black or white or whatever, and depending on the film subject matter, you send it to them. And I've actually gotten like numbers and dates and gotten laid off of it too. I mean, I know it's not very common for, I guess, struggling content creators, struggling filmmakers like me to do that, but I've done it because, hey, I'm a guy. So, and, I like women. So there you go. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I use it to get laid. Who you know what I mean? Who hasn't? Whatever. Who hasn't? But it's also how I met Denver girls. So fuck that, right? But that in itself led me to learning how to actually date smart and how to date the right way. You know what I mean? And actually get a relationship instead of a flaky ass girl is gonna make you feel like shit and less than human. So fuck that. But no. Anyway, yeah, this short film has been very important to me. I don't really know what else to say about the short film. I mean, I think I've sort of gone through it. Just check out the film itself. I will include the link in the video description. I'm gonna end it now because it's kind of pointless to go on, but yeah, it does go on for a few more minutes. See, it's like 14. Holy shit, it's like 4 more minutes left. That's a long time. But yeah, so I'm just gonna end it here. But basically, it ends well, and they decide to go on a date with each other. I'm gonna end it now. But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you very much. Subscribe, like and comment. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There will be more content coming, more Asian men slash Latina dating couple content coming, more AMBW content coming, more AMWF content coming, more, mas. So check it out. Subscribe, like, and comment if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and I will see y'all later. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Thank you very much.